Hey, hey, hey. Hi, my lovelies. Welcome to my channel. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to the Daily Vibration. So, we are just about ending the month of August, right? It is now 8/30th, 2022, vibrating on the number 8 if we're adding the month, the day, and the year together. If we're only using the day, we're vibrating on the number 3. So we're going to go through all of those energies, and then we are going to take a look at what you need to know, right? And so, just so you guys know, we still currently have the sun positioned in Virgo, okay? And you do need to know that the moon is currently in Libra, okay? And is going to be flopping on over to Scorpio on the 31st, okay? So you have energy with the moon in Libra today, which means you have an opportunity to balance things today in this energy, right? Especially this analytical energy with Virgo. Now, and I want you to keep in mind too, right? That Libra's energy is 7th house energy, so that has to do with marriage, your partner, right? This also has to do with maybe even traveling or living abroad, but definitely bringing balance into your life where things are needed. Libra is ruled by Venus, and Venus can be about love. It can be about possessions. It can be about all that money, right? But the energy of Libra is asking you to pay attention to the balance that needs to come into your life. So you can find that moving in this energy emotionally, people are really thinking about balance in their life, right? And then you have Virgo analyzing, okay, that energy. So be mindful about that. Sun is in Virgo. We have analytical energy, right? Try not to be too much of a discriminator when using that energy. And then we have the moon that's sitting in the position of Libra, okay? And Libra is the diplomat, the energy of the diplomat. You always, and it can also be like people-pleasing energy too, so you do want to be mindful of that. Excuse me, I have to sneeze. Okay, so you do want to be mindful of that, okay? So you guys know, I gotta make a few announcements before we jump into this, right? Astrology in Archetypes is going to be coming on back, so I'm excited about that. And we also have the new channel, the Multi-Metaverse Oracle, that's going to be launched on the 23rd of September. The 100-day Level Up Challenge is coming, so that date is going to be announced soon. And if you have been following me and supporting me on Patreon for the past 3 months, you want to go ahead and reach out to me because you are going to be getting a free reading, okay? So you do want to know that. Keeping in mind the energy for this week when I was in meditation, just collectively, some of the things we need to pay attention to. Remember, you're going to have to be open for that sudden revelation about people, right? And even about yourself and about situations. So you got to be open for that. You got to try not to be overly critical when you are thinking and judging things in this energy, all right? You want to look again and maybe try to change your perspective on the situation or on the problem. And then there's some things that only time is going to heal as we are moving through this retrograde energy, okay? So you need to be mindful of that time. Some of this stuff is not going to get cleared up until after retrograde, okay? All right, let's dive into what we got going on. I'm excited, y'all. Okay, so what we have going on here is card number 22. All right. And it's the Kabbalah, Tree of Life. All right. So that's the overall energy and spirit today. Not to mention, I said we're vibrating on the number 8 today. So we have energy like confidence and success and giving and receiving and being more organized in the energy of some of the things that you can tap into today. Right. The flip side of the number 8 is indecisiveness. It can also be abuse of your authority. All right. It can also be someone, that's not disciplined. And it can also be very people that are glued into their social status, right? So they're just doing things for the gram, right? So you want to be mindful of that energy as we're moving throughout the day to day. So people may just get caught up in social media, and social media could be their truth, okay? So be mindful of that if you're moving through our. And I do want to say with the number 3, you have an opportunity for spontaneity today, right? That vibrates with spontaneous energy. Also, communicative energy. You can tap into your psychic abilities today with the number 3. Your imagination can be tapped into today. Now, flip side of the number 3 is like a stamina, like a concentration. You can feel a little moodiness in the atmosphere and no imagination. If you don't have an imagination, you cannot solve problems, just so you know, all right? And we got all those 2s in the dates, which is hypersensitive, intuitive energy. Hypersensitive, okay? So if you're an empath, you can find that just this year alone, could have been hypersensitive in any month that you go through. Once we hit the 20s, like the 21st, the 20th to the 29th, including that on a date is just hypersensitive emotional energy, but also intuitive energy, right? So the number 2 can be a number of justice, of balance, of support, being able to be flexible, right? And the flip side to that energy, if you're not tapping into it, is stagnation. You're just unable to take responsibility for your stuff, and you're insensitive to other people, and you're unloving. So you could be interacting with people today that's pulling from any one of these vibrations, right? And the Kabbalah tree of life is all about integrating your life lessons and what you've learned, right? And that is going to be needed as you are moving throughout the day to day. This also represents cause and effect, right? This cause and effects, but also paying attention to, you can't do something and think that there's not going to be consequences to your actions. All right. So paying attention to the consequences as you're making choices is the overall energy today, the Kabbalah tree of life. Right. I also want to say this is progressive energy, right? And this energy can be you learning from your lessons. The flip side to this, though, some people don't operate with that, right? So this is going to be stagnation. It's there again. Things are just not moving, right? Procrastination energy. This can be energy where people don't feel like they have a sense of their purpose, okay? You're not learning from your mistakes, so you're feeling stuck today. So some people will be integrating the things that they've learned today, and some people will be feeling stuck today, right? And that's all because some people are not telling themselves the truth. There we go. And it is out, honey. Some people are not telling themselves the truth, baby. And we're going to get into the who, the what, the where, and the why. Some people are not telling themselves the truth. There's going to be forgiveness coming, though. And that's kind of probably why the energy feel like it's stagnant, like things are not moving. So if you're dealing with energy today where you feel like it's stagnant or not moving, the question is going to be asked is, are you telling yourself the truth about this situation? Right? Because you're supposed to be integrating what you've learned. You should be seeing some progress. And remember what I said, you can't plant lemon seeds and get peaches. Right? So it's asking you within the energy today. Spirit is saying that you're supposed to be applying what you learned. Some people ain't doing that because they're not standing on the truth or they're not open to forgiveness. Okay. This is energy where it's going to be asking you to move on today. So as you're using that Virgo's energy to be analytical and to investigate what works and what doesn't work, you need to know, okay, it's time for you to move on from some stuff. It's time for you to let go of some stuff. It's time for you to forgive some stuff. Or it's time for the person that you're interacting with to do the same. Okay? Not to mention there's a sense of awareness in the atmosphere today that you do need to pay attention to. And let me just say this, right? I had someone tell a story a while ago about being cheated on by their husband. And it was heartfelt, like the way she expressed and explained herself. It was heartfelt. You as a woman don't want anyone to go through this, whether they're man or woman, but you definitely don't want to have the experience that she described. And as she completed the story, she began to let us know that this happened 30 years ago. So we're sitting there listening to the story 30 years later, and she's telling the story like it just happened. You would not have known based on the way she told the story that this happened 30 years ago, right? So here we go. she didn't learn the lesson. She was still speaking from her pain, right? The truth was she was a lot hurt, more hurt than she was expressing. She did not take the time to forgive. She did not take the time to move on, and she wasn't aware. And awareness is that epiphany, that aha moments where you learn whatever lesson there is that you need to learn, okay? That's what awareness is. You are aware of what's going on in you, around you, what's coming out through you, like you are aware. And some people don't move with that awareness. Some people don't. They don't. Okay, so I was just trying to find what I titled yesterday's video is lots of emotional immaturity. So you wanted to be able to ground yourself before you responded, right? Now, let's see what's going on within this energy today. So you know we're doing who, what, where, and why. So the who today, Ace of Swords energy. Okay. The what today, we do have the Five of Wands energy. The where today, we do have the Three of Swords energy. That's the where. And the why today is going to be the Strength card. All right, so let's just kind of break down and see what, like, energetically. Let's start with the who. Okay, so who is definitely someone I want to say you could be dealing with Libra energy here, but you could also be dealing with Gemini energy right here too, right? So you got Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. All the air signs. So you're either dealing with someone that's an air sign or you're dealing with someone that's in their head a lot, but they're not really in their head about much. They really don't have, it's either they're in their head about their insecurities or they're in their head, but they're not really intellectually smart. I'm kind of like, and I say that because, and I also want to say, this energy could also not want to deal with whatever problems is happening today. All right, because Libra energy is supposed to be bringing things into balance. The Aquarius energy is supposed to be about what you know or what you think you know, right? Shit, and in some cases, what you don't know. Gemini's energy is what you think. So there's something going on here where there's a lot of communication. And I feel like it could be internal communication or the communication is a little wonky, right? There's some type of conflict going on here. So the who is you could be dealing with air sign, or you could be dealing, like I said, with someone that's out of balance, someone that think they know it all, or someone that's overthinking things and that's projecting. This is crown chakra energy, which means that they're supposed to be using their intuition, but I don't feel like this person does. And that's probably where the stagnation and the projection is coming in from. Okay? So you do need to be mindful about that. So there's something going on here where there could be lack of communication or lack of the effort to communicate because somebody's avoiding the conversation. You do have Saturn's energy showing up over here with Leo, right? So you got Saturn's energy, which is all about order, discipline, structure. Leo should bring in that confidence. That's the sun energy, but this could also be like a type of childish energy or maybe even a narcissist type energy, right? And it's saying here that somebody, right, may not really be operating from a place of, I want to say, again, emotional maturity. They're overthinking things. I feel like even when you have conversations with this person, you're left thinking like, what the fuck just happened? Like, that didn't make no sense. So you kind of like, you choose not to argue because what they say and do don't make no sense. You understand what I'm saying? Like, so it's like, even why waste my breath on this? Okay? Why waste my breath on this? So heavy Libra energy on the board. So you could definitely, we could be talking about some Libras here, right? Heavy Libra energy on the board. We also have Saturn showing up here twice, all right? So once again, Libra energy is here, balance. Saturn's energy is here, discipline. This right here is third eye chakra, right? Weird. Where is this unfolding? I kind of feel like this was going on between communication here. This is unfolding not only in the heart space, but somebody feel a way about something, right? But I feel like this is also unfolded in social media. We know we had the social status. I feel like people could be doing baiting people online, like posting shit to get a reaction. And you know how I feel about doing shit to get a reaction. When you do shit to get a reaction, you may not necessarily like the reaction that you get. You know what I'm saying? So you may not necessarily want to do something to get a reaction, right? But this is some type of grief. This is somebody feeling some type of sadness. I even want to say maybe somebody that's depressed, right? And I kind of feel like despair with this energy too. Somebody's in pain. This could be Libra energy once again. We got Libra on the board, right? We got Saturn on the board. Third eye chakra on the board. But I feel like this third eye chakra is somebody's projecting out their pain. They're not dealing with their pain. Every time you try to talk to them about the situation, they're so argumentative about it. And they're so, what's that word? Defensive about it, right? That you don't get anywhere in this conversation. And they just not intellectually mature, right? Or intellectually, emotionally mature. And they're logical in their reasoning and why they do things don't make no sense. So I feel like there could be some text communication, some type of communication here via text messages, emails, or chat, right? Some type of chat. So I feel like this is happening via some type of communication, and it is coming from a place of hurt. Right? Once again, you could be dealing with the Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini, or somebody that's in their head about something, right? So be mindful of that. Why? Why is Leo energy in reverse? So we have the Strength card showing up in reverse, right? This person is a lot of self-doubt. They need validation for whatever reason. It's kind of like they surround themselves with people just to tell them yes and make them feel good about themselves because they don't want to deal with the changes and the transformation that needs to take place, right? You do have Leo energy showing up here twice. Right, so I kind of feel like insecurities with the Leo energy as well as lack of confidence could be dealing with some type of narcissist energy. Or I could feel like somebody may have lost their confidence because they're dealing with this painful situation and they really don't want to argue from it. But they're constantly speaking, right, from the weird placement. They're constantly speaking from a place of pain. Constantly speaking from a place of pain. Okay. Lots of Libra energy on the board. You know, we just got into Virgo season. We're about to go into Libra season next month. Well, actually, towards the end of, we're still in August. So next month is a good thing. You be mindful of that. Yep. Didn't I say this? Photograph and stuff. I feel like somebody's stalking you via social media, looking at your pictures, all right? And for some things, some of you could have blocked this person so they even in their feelings a little bit more because they can't see you as shit. See? Outdated thinking, replaying the events, right, in their head. Didn't I say that? Like, they're not looking at this right. But, and I kind of feel like this person is wrong and strong in their energy. Now, if this person had any type of authority or they're in charge of anything, I also feel like this person could be taking out their aggression. You know, there could be passive aggression. Yep. For some of you, this relationship is over. And I kind of feel like somebody's saying, shit, this relationship been over. You know, like, because I heard that in my spirit, this relationship been over. Right? So you feel like this relationship is over because you haven't been talking. Here go the text, the emails and stuff. So they may be reaching out and responding. But as far as you're concerned, right, I feel like you're going to be loving this person from a distance. And as far as you are concerned, this has been settled and this has been over. But they're still talking about this. They want more conversations about this. They want more conversations about this, hunty. Yeah, there is healing that needs to come into place here. Right? That's that forgiveness from when we looked at the cards earlier. That's that forgiveness. Right? Kabbalion, telling yourself the truth. Right? Being able to move on. Awareness. If you are aware of somebody bullshit, that does not mean you got to sit in their bullshit. I kind of feel like you took charge of the situation. Whatever this was, you took charge of the situation. You trusted your instincts and you created something new. You trusted your instincts and you created something new. This person always paints like a very Debbie Downer picture. This person is always a victim. And if this is you, you need to get it together. See, it's time to talk some sense. I feel like this person, like I said, every time you try to talk to them, you can't have no intelligent conversation with them. Time to get a fresh perspective. And I feel like you have gotten that and you're moving that. Somebody grew up. Somebody grew up. Somebody's not in the same space that they was maybe 5-10 years ago. Getting to know the new you. Somebody done changed and somebody's still replaying shit from the past. Somebody's still walking in forgiveness and you're dealing with it today. You're dealing with them kind of moving in the stagnant energy. Remember, we got stagnant energy with the Kabbalion card, but we also had stagnant energy showing up in numerology today, right? So you want to be mindful of that. That stagnant energy was coming in with the number 2 and the flip side of number 2. So you want to be mindful of that as you're moving throughout the day. Right? You're dealing with somebody that's in pain and that is where they speak from. That's where they operate from, right? Your message today is to integrate everything that you've learned, maybe even about this person, the situation, right? Tell yourself the truth about the situation or about this person. Then forgive them. Forgive them. Move on, right? And just be aware. Be aware that there's nobody like you and people may not necessarily see things or view things the way that you do today. All right? So be aware of that. You can't change people. So if you're not applying the lessons that you've learned, I feel sorry for you. I do. You know better. Apply the lessons you've learned. That's what I'm going to title this video. You know better. And I kind of feel it because you know better. You're not even arguing with this person. You know better. Okay? Don't get caught up in the projection. I'm telling you right now. Projection. Okay, I think that's what I'm going to name this video. Okay. All right, my loves. Y'all know the deal, right? You want to go ahead and do something nice. Do something kind for yourself. You want to love yourself. You want to honor yourself. You want to honor your vibration. Check in with yourself to see where you are. Your emotions are not supposed to overtake you and control you, right? You're supposed to check in with your feelings so you can make the adjustment that's necessary based on where your emotions are, okay? So, my loves, I love and appreciate each and every one of you. I have to run a little bit earlier because I have to go do something for the kids, right? So, my time is just a little crunched today also. I would have really went in a little bit more, all right? So, be mindful of your surroundings today, my love, okay? I appreciate each and every one of you, and I will see you guys in tomorrow's daily vibration. Bye, my loves.